Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into the Canadian Citizenship Challenge. It's an explainer that's based on the official Discover Canada guide. So whether you're actually studying for the citizenship test or you're just a little curious, we're about to put your knowledge on the spot. Think you know Canada? Well, let's find out.
So, to kick things off, let's chew on a pretty big question. What does it really mean to be Canadian? You know, it's about so much more than just living here. It's this whole mix of shared values, a really rich history, and a unique set of rights and responsibilities that we're going to explore together.
All right, here's the game plan for our challenge today. We're going to hit 5 key areas. First up, Canada's founding peoples. Then, how Canadians govern themselves. After that, your rights and responsibilities, followed by a land of symbols, and we'll wrap it all up with a geography in a section we're calling From Sea to Sea. You ready?
Okay, Section 1, Canada's Founding Peoples. You know, to really get a handle on the Canada of today, you've got to go right back to the beginning, to the 3 groups that really laid the foundation for the whole country. So, let's get right to our first challenge question. The official Discover Canada guide is very clear about identifying 3 specific founding peoples. Can you pick them out from this list? Have a look at the options. Take a second. What do you think?
And the correct answer is B, the Aboriginal, French, and British peoples. The guide really makes a point of this, saying that the relationships between these 3 groups are absolutely central to the story of how Canada was formed and how it continues to change today.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. Our next section is all about how Canadians govern themselves. This gets into the nitty-gritty, the actual machinery of our democracy. So here we have the Parliament buildings in Ottawa, definitely the physical and symbolic heart of our government. It's an incredible sight. But what kind of system is actually working away inside those walls? That leads us to our next question. Okay, question number 2. The guide tells us there are 3 main pillars holding up our system of government. What are they? See if you can spot the right combination on the screen. The answer is A. Canada is a federal state, a parliamentary democracy, and a constitutional monarchy. It's this specific blend that makes our system so unique in North America. It balances federal and provincial powers with a government that answers to an elected parliament, all of it under a symbolic monarchy.
Okay, on to our next section. We've talked a little about history and government, but what about the citizen's role in all of this? This part is all about your rights, but just as important, it's also about your responsibilities.
Now, this is a really crucial point in the guide. Our rights come with responsibilities. So which of these options lists 3 key responsibilities of being a Canadian citizen? Really think about what duties are absolutely fundamental to our society.
The correct choice is B. The 3 core responsibilities are obeying the law, taking responsibility for yourself and your family, and serving on a jury. Now, things like voting are obviously super important, but these 3 form the bedrock, the legal and social duties that are required for a free and peaceful society to even work.
And here's a look at the bigger picture. Beyond those first 3, the guide also highlights voting in elections, helping others in your community, and protecting our heritage and our environment. It really paints a clear picture of the social contract we all have with each other as citizens.
All right, next up, let's talk about symbols. Every country has them, those images that just capture its spirit, and Canada is no exception. This section is all about the icons that tell our national story. Okay, now this one might seem like a bit of a gimme, but it's an important one. We see it everywhere, on our money, on our flags, but what does the official guide identify as Canada's best-known symbol? Of course, it's the maple leaf. And what's amazing is that its history as a symbol goes back for centuries. It appeared on military uniforms and was even carved into the headstones of fallen soldiers long before it was chosen for our national flag. It's this incredibly powerful symbol of pride, identity, and remembrance. Speaking of symbols, here's another big one for you, Canada's national motto, Amarius usque ad mare. It's Latin, and it means from sea to sea. This powerful phrase just perfectly captures the incredible scale of our country, and it sets us up perfectly for our final section. And here we are, our final stop on this challenge. It's all about that motto, from sea to sea. We're going to wrap things up with a question about the amazing geography that defines Canada.
Last question. We know the motto says from sea to sea, but if you look at a map, it's really from sea to sea to sea. As the second largest country on Earth, can you name the 3 oceans that border our frontiers?
And the correct answer is D, the Pacific in the west, the Atlantic in the east, and the Arctic way up north. These three massive oceans define our borders and our national identity. So, how'd you do on the challenge? Did you get them all right?
We're going to end with one last question, but this one's just for you to think about. The Discover Canada Guide has this great line that says new citizens are helping to write the continuing story of Canada. So the final thought is this: knowing what you know now, what's your chapter going to be? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.